So our pro-black president, Joe Biden slash Sleepy Joe, is issuing a travel ban on South Africa and 7 other nations based off of some new variant that's supposed to, it just came out, right? So now y'all got a problem with Trump when he issued a travel ban on China. Y'all said it was racist. Y'all said it was white supremacist. Y'all said it was neo-Nazism. But when Sleepy Joe do it, oh, it's all good. He's pro-black. He's for the black folks. But he's banning black African nations, a travel ban, and the media is quiet about it. I thought he was our pro-black president. If you don't vote for him, then you ain't black. I thought that's the rules, right? If you ain't a Democrat, you ain't black. If you don't agree with Sleepy Joe, you ain't black. If you speak out against the Democratic Party, you ain't black. If you don't want to mask up and muzzle up your face and get the vax shot, you ain't black. Where's BLM? Where's all of these pro-black movements that should be against Joe Biden right now when he's strictly targeting an African nation? A travel ban. Now, and then we got, the other Lord and Savior, Dr. Fauci. He's out there giving all kinds of interviews, talking about he an expert and he is science and we need to listen to him and what he say is the gospel. But I'm confused with black people because all my life I've been told by black folks, don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. Now what? We supposed to believe everything the government say? Dr. Fauci is the number one politician. He got more power than Kamala Harris, our black queen. Dr. Fauci actually got more power than Sleepy Joe. Dr. Fauci may as well be our president because he got all the power. He been in the game for so long. He know how to play it. Anyway, check Dr. Fauci out and some of the dumb stuff he's saying.
That number is. And the reason is the number is a moving target. Because if you get someone who's vaccinated and he wanes down and gets below a certain level, I don't know whether you can count that as a full protected person, which is the reason why it's a combination not only of getting the total population vaccinated as a primary, but also getting people boosted. And that's what I mean by a moving target.
So what you're describing is never really having control necessarily of COVID, but learning to, get boosted every 6 to 8 months?
Great question. And that's what we don't know. The important part when you're dealing with a unique, never before experienced outbreak of a new virus, that sometimes you can extrapolate what you know about other viruses because there's some commonalities, but sometimes you have to realize that this may be very unique. Right now, we do not know definitively what that course is going to be, whether it's going to be a 3-shot and you're done, or 3 shots and then every once in a while you have to reboost.
So we just heard from the left dictator, their darling, Dr. Fauci, who pretty much is in charge of the country. And I don't know about you, but this guy seems like a politician more than he seemed like a so-called doctor. Believe the experts, even though it's been proven dozens of times that this guy lied and been proven wrong. And we supposed to trust the science? He doesn't even trust the science. He just says what he need to say to stay relevant. If it's up to him and up to Joe Biden, we would all be shut down again, despite your small business shutting down. He doesn't even understand that American people have the freedom to say, no, I don't want to inject myself with any type of vaccination, a rush vaccination. They don't want to give us that freedom. They want to dictate what goes inside of our bodies. How could anybody vote for these people? And if you vote for Joe Biden, if you vote for the left, you're voting for Dr. Fauci. He's been proven to be wrong so many times, but he's the left darling. A lot of people on the left still walk around with a mask to today, and they want to dictate if you should wear a mask. They want to dictate if you should get a vaccination. It's all about control. A bunch of miserable people that want company. Dr. Fauci say whatever he need to say to stay relevant. He's a disgrace. I don't understand why we're still supporting him. I don't understand how he's not fired. I don't understand how Joe Biden is not impeached for even coming up with some washed up thing where he want to basically make it mandatory and a mandate for everybody in every state to be vaccinated. Anybody that's working. It makes no sense. You guys don't like Trump, right? Oh, he has mean tweets. He's a racist. Let's say Trump is a racist. I'd rather have a racist in office than a dictator that's forcing me to inject myself with something that could possibly make me sick when I'm living a perfectly healthy life.
You were quoted as saying it was the worst possible decision for the Trump administration to have left things up to the states.
Yeah.
Where do you rank that?
I rank that right there, maybe a little bit below some of the things you're talking about, but way up there. People always ask, if you had the magic wand and did things exactly the way you wanted, what it would be. One of them would be, if ever, there was a situation where you needed a synergistic, uniform, well thought out approach, is when you're dealing with a common enemy of a virus that is a global pandemic, the likes of which we haven't seen in 100 years. To be able to say, if I don't really want to do this because I want, my own opinion of what it's going to be with this state versus this state versus this state, to me, that's one of the antitheses of public health. How could you possibly have a situation where one state says, oh, I'm sorry, and you shouldn't be wearing a mask? In fact, you have executive orders saying you shouldn't be wearing a mask. You have another
Florida.
state that does not want to get vaccinated because they think it's a political statement to get vaccinated or not. The divisiveness in this country.
He doesn't like the fact that Trump left things up to the states. The states that never really forced this mask mandate and all of these shutdowns actually did better than the states that was super, super strict. Dr. Fauci say, believe in the science. Well, based off of the science, the masks aren't scientifically proven to work. So what sense does it make to force every state, everybody to wear a mask anywhere you go? Even walking outside in some places like New York and in California, you got to wear a mask just to go outside. Does this guy really believe in the science that he claimed he is? He claimed he is science. He's nothing but a dictator. He's a puppet for the left. I don't understand. Just because people have a degree, it doesn't mean they're all wise. Same thing, just because somebody's a so-called preacher or pastor, that don't mean they got the answers to how to get to heaven. Dr. Fauci's just doing and saying whatever he got to say to stay relevant. And he's clearly a politician. And that's why he always get grilled by members of Congress, because everything he say contradict itself. And he think that we should be at 100% immunity to the virus. Guess what, people? The COVID-19 is here to stay. It's never going anywhere. It's just like the flu. It's something we'll never get rid of. It's been created in the lab and it's here to stay. We'll never get rid of it 100%. So we should learn to live with it. We should learn how to treat people with respect, how to allow people to make their own health decisions. Whatever happened to the HIPAA law, where your health is confidential between you and your doctor? But do we fall away from that? Are we becoming some kind of dictatorship with our government? Let me know. Anyway, I'm Nate Savage. Like, share, and subscribe.